Welcome to the Jedi Ranger. I'm JohnBerry555, and today I'm continuing my series of Mash Retro reviews with Season 4, Episode 8, Dear Mildred. So this is another episode writing episode, and in this episode, Colonel Potter is writing an anniversary letter to his wife, Mildred. And so Frank and Margaret are trying to get the perfect anniversary present for him. So basically, they commission a bust to be made of Colonel Potter. Now, when the bust eventually is revealed, Frank and Margaret is like, that looks nothing like Potter. But Potter, and I do agree, it does look somewhat like Colonel Potter. And I feel like that's probably because whoever was actually tasked with making it did maybe too good of a job in looking at the reference photos. I don't know about that. But also in this episode too, there's a injured horse that the Chinese left behind. So Radar doesn't want to be shot, so he convinces Hawkeye and BJ to help him get it and bring it back to camp for medical treatment. And in order to keep it, Radar decides he's going to give it to Colonel Potter. Remember, Colonel Potter is an old cavalryman. So Radar outdoes Frank and Margaret for an anniversary present. And honestly, it's just, I think, a overall really good episode. It's, I don't know else how to describe it. It's just a good episode, and this is thus the first appearance of Sophie. Though in this episode, the host is a male, or Sophie is normally described as a male, right? So a female host rather than a stallion, I think, which is the male hostess, I think. I'm not a host person, so take what I said with a grain of salt there. But also because this is a deal blank episode, a letter episode, we get several vignettes that are, things that Colonel Potter seeing or experiencing or remembers. Such as this one scene, after he has a short conversation with Father McKay, he recalls in the letter an event with his wife when they were watching the film, a film, part of the morale stuff, and the film breaks. So Father McKay and then Nurse O'Connor decided to sing a bit that they're preparing for a show for the orphans. And what's neat about that is, in reality, Nurse O'Connor was played by Barbara Christopher, William Christopher's actual wife, which I think is just so neat that they were able to do that. That's like just a fun little behind the scenes fact there. Like I said, just a great episode overall. There's not too much to say about it, but a big part of it is earlier in the episode, Radar was expressing his nervousness around Colonel Potter. Really the first episode that really properly addresses the change of command, and that can be shown the fact that Radar has his uniform shirt buttoned all the way up to the top, showing to us his anxiety and all that before he actually expresses that to Hawkeye and BJ. But when he gives the horse to Colonel Potter, he's wearing his uniform like normal, showing that, well, doesn't really major part of the story, showing that he's become comfortable with Colonel Potter. And perhaps finding, the fact that Radar likes animals, Colonel Potter likes horses, a little bit of connection right there that maybe he hadn't sensed before. Again, I could speculate all we want, but overall it's just a fun, good episode. Nothing major, like I said, but it's these kinds of episodes that you really like in TV shows, because they give you a sense of who the characters are and why we should care about them. And this episode does that perfectly for both Radar and Colonel Potter, more than I would say some of the previous episodes have, especially for Colonel Potter, where we were getting to know who he is. Here we get a chance to care about him. Even though that was a part of some of the other episodes, this one I think really just spotlights that. But those are just my thoughts. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching my video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to give this video a like and share. Also, consider subscribing to my channel to stay up to date on all my latest content. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good day, a good night, wherever you are. May the Force be with you, always.